Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're going to be doing a little, get ready, just discussion, just a little conversation about, a very hot topic that has been happening to me my whole entire life. And I feel like this is a very touchy subject, but I am open to talking about things, and I'm open to just opening conversations that help build a better humanity, because in my life personally it was hard for me to get over a lot of things in my life, because I'm very sensitive and I'm very I have a lot of issues that I'm dealing with. But I feel like when you talk about things, it feels so much better, because you know that it's gonna get better because you understand. That's what I want to do on this channel, is to create an authentic, real message to people around the world, to let people know that you are not alone, and that there's people like me, the biggest people in the industry, who go through so much just like a regular person on the daily, just like me and you. In this video I just wanted to talk about depression. Now, depression is it's hard to talk about sometimes, especially when you're with people who pretend like they're not depressed. We are in a generation where we are very kind of driven by just very materialistic things. It's a good way to motivate yourself, but at the same time these material items kind of make people question their sanity. They question their just where they're at in life and why they don't have the things that the person on Instagram has. This is a message that I've been thinking about for over the past 5 years. I've been thinking about this issue. I would go on Instagram and I would see so much flex, just so much flexing, and people showing their money, people throwing their money in toilet bowls, people setting their money on fire, just stupid stuff, people just throwing their money on the ground and peeing on it, and just ridiculous things where it just makes you question yourself, low key. I don't know if you guys have this problem, but I would look at these and just compare myself, there's always those moments where you compare yourself to am I doing something wrong? You just question yourself, and this is normal. It's not bad to compare yourself. It's just a part of being human. A lot of people on the internet are very judgmental and very rude, and just the way they talk about people and the way they talk to people is not a way to talk to people. What happened to having respect for people? What happened to just having a decent conversation with a human being and being nice to somebody? When I was growing up, I know not a lot of things were positive in my life, but I mean, at the end of the day, there were people out there who had good hearts and who were kind, and just they were the type of people that made me want to be those type of people in this world, Especially my mom. She was a very good person, and she always did things with grace, and just, she had respect for people. And she always gave people the benefit of the doubt, and that's what I always respected about my mom, is that she never judged people for who they were. She judged them by their personality and just the type of person they were. But I'm gonna start with my makeup before I forget. But we're gonna talk about depression, and we're just gonna talk about a few things that I've been thinking about lately. So let's get into the video. I'm just gonna start pressing my concealer in, because this freaking crease. But lately, I just want to be really honest with you guys, because this is my channel and stuff like that. In the past, I used to have I told you guys that I fell in love with a guy. That was the only reason why I was happy, I feel like, because there was never moments in my life where I was truly happy, of course I was happy that I had a family and everything, but I feel like I was just never happy, the only time I was ever happy was because I was talking to these guys, and I felt important, Ever since, they stopped talking to me, and they just stopped coming around, and they just, treated me like I was nothing to them, and that what made me very depressed. Like, it made me question myself. It made me think, like, am I good enough? Am I not pretty enough? Really overthink a lot of things, and I was very emotional. I mean, I didn't cry a lot back then, but because I always kept my emotions in. You know, as, you know, a person who keeps so much things bottled in, there's gonna be a time and a point in time where everything just comes crashing down, and the pot is going to be overboiled, and you know, everything's just going to come to an explosion. You know, I would have those thoughts of just, you know, ending my life. I know it's kind of like a touchy subject to talk about, you know, suicide, but it's important, especially over the past 5 years, and just overall the whole, you know, generation of, you know, the whole decade basically, or, you know, even, you know, years beyond that. You know, people have been killing themselves because depression and because negativity, and this is a thing that it hurts my heart to just see that these people couldn't last, you know, because that hurts me. Like, it doesn't matter if I didn't know them, or like, you know, they died because something, you know, just something different from my situation. I feel for these people because I've been there. Like, I've hit that point, you know, and I would have moments where I would just think, like, am I not good enough, you know? And it hurts, you know, because you're just like, you know, why does everything get, you know, bad, you know? Oh my god, I don't want to cry. 'Cause right now in my life, I'm going through a lot right now, and not like on the outside, like my life, but just emotionally, like a lot. But like, I'm thinking about a lot of things, and I'm just overthinking things sometimes, and I think that's my issue sometimes, that I overthink things too much, and I'm trying not to be like that. But also, like, I'm trying to grow, you know, because I ask the universe every single day to help me grow as a person and just to get over things, you know. I'm sorry for crying on camera, but this is my channel, you know. Like, I want to be real with you guys, and I want you guys to see a side of me that you guys never seen before. For years I've been so just, you know, blocked off from people, you know. I never showed my emotions because I just didn't trust people. I didn't trust people because I trusted so much people, and they just did me wrong, you know. Hopefully you can get something from this. And if you're crying right now and you're feeling, you know, like the absolute worst, just know that I feel that way right now too. I understand that it hurts, you know, that when you hit your rock bottom and you just feel like you're not worth anything, and you just feel like, you know, everything is just gonna get worse. It's gonna get better, I promise you. This is just your growth right now. It doesn't feel like that right now, but it is. Like, when you want something, this is one thing that I learned on YouTube. When you want something and you ask the universe for something, you want something in your life so bad, and you know, you've been asking you know, the higher ups, or you asking anyone to grant you this, you know, item that you've been wanting for, you know, months and months or years, you're gonna go through a period where you're gonna have everything just, you know, become horrible for you. And that's just them testing you. That's your ego testing you. And you may not believe it, but we live in a strange world. I just started realizing life is very, you know, precious. I used to think life is just life. Like, I used to just think, oh, it's just freaking whatever. Like, it's nothing new, like nothing interesting, because I was a teenager and I was very ignorant, and I wasn't fully developed. And I'm appreciative that I think like this now, because now I can grow. Now I can see things from a different light, and I can see things for what they are. And I really appreciate the universe for giving me this thought process and for changing things for me, because I told myself that I'm ready for change. Like, I'm really ready for change. Like, everything in my life that was, you know, in the past, I want that to stay there, because I want to build new relationships. I want to build new, you know, just everything. I want to build brand new from scratch. If you want to manifest something in your life, everything's gonna go wrong. Like, everything is just gonna feel like it's crashing down. They're testing you, and it's actually closer than you think it is, because the more you put your thought into manifesting what you want, the more it's gonna come, and the more your ego is gonna test you. And when your ego tests you, and everything that goes wrong in your life and you just don't know what to do, remember why you want that thing that you've been wanting. Remember why you want that one wish. And my one wish that I've been stressing out for over the past 3 years is just to have a break in the industry. And I know that's a very cliche wish, and it's very, like, you know, tone deaf, and it's not, you know, a thing where it's like it's not going to help anything. I want to become rich and famous and successful so that I can reach billions and billions of people around the world and help change humanity. Our system and everything that's been going on lately, and just the whole generation that we're growing up in, it's just so wrong, and I just want to change the world. It's like, oh, you probably just want it for, you know, the material items and just the status and everything. Those are perks, but I want to use my perks for, like, good, you know? I want to reach out to organizations and help children, help animals, help people, because I've seen so many people where I live just homeless. I want to become rich and famous so that I can help billions and billions of people around the world, you know, to help them feel like they're not alone, just like I was. I hate that feeling when you feel like you're alone and you have no one to turn to, and I just want those people to know that I am there for you. Like, if you don't have a best friend and you don't know who to talk to, I will be there for you. I will try my best. Actually, I will do my best to post just videos where you can click and just come into my fantasy world, you know? And you don't even have to leave, because I'll always be there for you. I just want to help people around the world and just help people understand that you are worth something, even though you don't think you are. That you were put on this earth for a reason and you have a purpose. The whole situation is like, everything in my life is just going south. Like, every time I wake up, I feel really sad because I don't really like the job that I work at. Where I live, the people are very rude. Like, when I'm working and I have customers, my customers are, it's very rare for me to come across really nice people. When I do come across them, it's like a fresh breath of air, but then it goes back to just rude customers. And people are like, oh, stop being sensitive. Like, why are you so sensitive? Because why would you even talk to anybody like that? Why would you treat somebody like lesser than you, you know? I give people the benefit of the doubt. Too nice to people. And when people are mean to me, I don't talk back, or I don't say anything back, because I just don't want. I believe in karma. When you treat people a certain way, it comes right back to you. People run me over, it's not because I'm weak, it's because I believe in karma. And I just don't want her around. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, just the way people treat other people. I just don't understand why you think it's alright to treat people like that. Why do you think it's alright to comment about somebody who never seen you before? Or why do you think it's right to make fun of someone because they like what they like? Like, why is it any of your business? Like, you should just keep to yourself, keep your thoughts to yourself. No, you need to realize that your actions cause effects. You could say something so freaking just horrible to a person, and they could be on their last limb and they just kill themselves. I have to watch what I say a lot of times, and before I never really cared. I used to say, oh, I don't care, they're, you know, blah blah blah, they can blah blah blah, you know? But now I care, because it's like, people deserve a life. no matter how shitty they are. Everyone deserves a life, you know? Because they have kids, or they're somebody's son, or they're somebody's daughter. Like, you just never know. You have to, like, think. You can't just do it. You just have to think. This needs to become a really huge topic. Like, when you're watching this video, share this video. Tell people about this video. Like, why is it so hard to tell people and just show people that there's up and coming people? Like, why can't we just give everyone a chance? Like, why does everyone have to prey on everyone else's downfall? That's my question too. Why is there so much negativity with accepting people? I've seen this whole issue on diversity on YouTube, and honestly, that's making me a little skeptical about becoming a YouTuber, because I don't want to be a part of a place where you're not accepted, or you're not, you know, they choose you last, you know? Like, I should be chosen as equal as the next YouTuber, you know? No matter their subscribers, you know? That shouldn't even be a thing. Like, why can't we just support people and show people love? We need to change things. This is 2019, and there's still stories of LGBT people dying. People are so hateful. Like, why is that still a headline? We left that shit in 2015. People are still being hateful towards people who don't do nothing to you. That shouldn't even be a headline. That should be left in the past. If you don't like someone because they're different, move on. Like, no one asked you to comment. That's what pisses me off, is that people who are small-minded and they don't have an open mind to a lot of things just judge it for what it is instead of understanding it. There's a lot of kids killing themselves because they're being bullied. Why is that still a thing? Like, why are we still teaching our kids to talk down to people and bully people? Because there has to be a reason why they're treating kids like that and bullying kids. It's the way the household is. Like, why aren't you checking in on your kids and asking them what they do in school? Teachers, what are you guys doing in schools? Like, why aren't you guys watching these kids? I've seen 20 different cases of kids killing themselves because being bullied for being gay, or for being different, or for just being the color of their skin. Like, these headlines are still being made and no one's paying attention. We just repost it and we don't talk about these issues, and then we just let it sweep under the rug. Like, things need to be changed. And this video should even be shared. Stop scrolling on your pages or scrolling on your social media pages and make a change. Nothing in this world is ever changed because no one wants to change. And that needs to change. People need to have conversations about things that make them uncomfortable so that we can all understand and grow as a freaking race. Or not a race, but just as freaking a humanity. I don't pick my words selectively sometimes, and I need to read more books and, you know, learn my grammar a little bit, but I know what I'm talking about. Because I think about these things each night and day, and I think, why are things still the same? Why does no one want change? And you know what's funny? When I was doing a job application and the guy asked me, what is one thing you want to change about this world? And I said equality. And I didn't get hired. And you know what the look he gave me? He gave me the little side eye. That just shows you right there that that's the world right there when they ask for equality. There's a lot of praise and there's a lot of people out there who want equality, and I'm not going to, you know, discredit you people who do believe in equality, but there's also those people that do not like equality. And it's like, what is your problem? Like, why is somebody being different such a problem for you? Like, you're different as well. You have different qualities than the next person too. You're different just like everyone else. Why are you acting like you're higher or you're better than somebody? You're not. You're just like everyone else. you eat, and you bleed the same just like everyone else. I was chasing a lot of things that weren't real and chasing a lot of things that weren't, beneficial to my life. I fell in love with a boy, first boy I fell in love with. I actually thought he really, cared about me, and I thought he loved me. I thought he really was down for me. Turns out he really wasn't. He was the first boy that made me feel like I wasn't supposed to be the way I was supposed to be. Like, he was the first boy that made me feel like I wasn't good enough. Other guys before him, it wasn't really that real because it was the same just like me. They were figuring out themselves just like me. I had to end it because, I felt very insecure because I thought I wasn't, interesting enough. This boy really did hurt me. Like, he doesn't understand how much he hurt me, and he just brushed it under the rug like it was nothing and tried to talk to me again. Second guy, the older guy that I told you about, he really did hurt me, but I also hurt him too. That one was longer to heal. It took 3 years to get over him. The last year I got over him, it was actually, I was still wanting to talk to him, and I texted him, but he never responded. Like, I feel like he never even looked at the message to this day. What happened was, when I really liked him, when I first met the older guy, I felt really good about myself when I met this guy, because at first I told y'all I didn't like him because, my sister had a certain situation with him. Over time, when I started talking to him and I started getting to know him a little bit better, and he was being really nice to me and stuff like that. So when someone's nice to you, you just be nice back. The only reason why I stopped talking to him is because he had a wife. I don't know what the whole thing with the whole drama was gonna, like, I didn't want any drama from it, so I just left. I literally just stopped talking to him because I felt like I was being used, like, I felt like if I told him I liked him, he would tell me I was crazy, or he would look at me and he would never speak to me again. It was that whole thing where I told myself that I really loved him, but I didn't know if he loved me back. If I told him I loved him, he would look at me crazy, like I told you, and he would hurt me, Honestly, I go through a lot of issues with myself. And I know there's a lot in this world where people go through more than when I do. I understand that I'm not tone deaf to those things. But this is my life. I also want a good life too. I can have a good life and I can pass it on and just keep, the rhythm going for other people. Because I always pray for everybody's their upkeeping. I always wish the best for the next person because I know that they're going through, a lot. I wish things could get better sometimes. Like, I wish there was ways where I could just, things would get better for me and I would be happy, because I hate feeling like such in a low state, Like, I hate waking up every single day and going to this job because I know I'm not happy. And it's sad because it's like no one out here is really loyal. Like, you think somebody is and they're not. Because they always do things where you question them and you question if they're even down for you, But you guys want to know what life is? Life is mystery. Life is just mystery, growth, and just a lot of change, And I just wanted to talk about depression because I was depressed for a long time. Matter of fact, I was depressed for 6 years and counting, because I started becoming depressed in 2014. I was just sad about a lot of things that were going wrong in my life. Like, I just felt like I wasn't good enough sometimes because the way I was being treated at school, or like even if I was like just friends in general, like just the way I was being treated. People always think that I'm okay and that's fine. Like, I don't expect people to freaking understand, but I wish there was somebody that was on my side, like I wish a lot of times that I had somebody to just even care, But I guess you have to go through a lot of hardships alone. And that's fine, but it's just like, I'm an outcast. I feel like an outcast in a lot of ways, you know? If you want to come on here and be negative and say that I'm not appreciative of my life and that I'm just entitled, you can click off, because no one asked for your negativity. No one asked you to comment on my life, and no one asked you to put your input or your insight on what I'm going through. If you don't like to talk about these things that I'm talking about, you can go. Like, no one asked you to be here, okay? I'm just keeping it real. There are people in this world who do suffer with depression, and you need to be more understanding towards those people who go through a lot, because you don't understand what they're going through. You don't understand. I also want to talk about what helped me. Like, what helped me get out of depression. One thing that helps me out of depression, and it's so freaking like obvious, but music. Like, music helps with my anxiety and just like helping me get through things and helping me with my moods and just helping me channel a lot. A few different artists that I've been listening to who have been helping me with my depression and my anxiety and just overall just my mental health issues. The first artist that I listened to is Michael Franti. I'll put his name on the freaking screen. I'm so retarded. Like, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but I really respect you. Like, the reason why I respect you is because you're not afraid to tell people, you know, the truth. My thing is, if I can help somebody feel better about themselves or help the next person out of a sticky or, you know, emotional situation, or even getting out of depression, that makes me feel so much better about myself. And that's what I want to learn, or that's what I also want to teach on this channel and show people. The next artist that I've been recently listening to right now is actually my sister. She introduced him to me like last year around Christmas, and his name is Fora, and he's a rapper, and he's actually, I feel like he deserves more credit than what he has now. Like, he deserves a lot more followers and a lot more people buying his stuff, because I respect his craft. Like, I respect what he raps about and what he talks about and his message, and just overall, like, telling us and being, you know, real with us and telling us his story. And I listened to his album Angels with Broken Wings 3 times in a row. I've listened to it one night while I was going to bed, like the whole album, just, and I fell asleep to the last song, which is Counting My Blessings, and I fell right to sleep because I felt so good, because I listened to this guy's story. I listened to it the second time when I was getting ready this morning, and then I even listened to it the third time, like I told you, when I came back from work and I took a shower, and I'm making this video right now. And actually, I just got done listening to Counting My Blessings when I just started filming. This guy is a good person. I just feel good vibes from him. Like, he just seems like a really good person who's been struggling, and he probably still does struggle a lot now, because he has a lot more, and he has to dodge and overcome, and he has to learn from a lot of things in his life. And that's not bad. He's learning, he's growing, he's learning to do things a certain way, and he's learning to do things and take things a certain way, because he's still in his 20s, you know? And when he comes 30, he knows, you know, his 20s were blah blah blah, and then when he becomes 40, you know, he becomes more wiser over the decades. Alright guys, hey, I'm back. So I know I look crazy, but it's like, this is a very important message for me. You know, these are the words that were basically all my life. These are the labels that were thrown my way that stuck with me throughout my life. And I told you guys I have issues, like mental issues, like things that I'm dealing with, and I'm trying to grow, and I'm trying to you know, accept that I have these issues and stuff like that, and understand what to do and how to grow from it. But these are some of the labels that were thrown my way, and it stuck with me my whole life, and I've always thought that these words were what I was. And sometimes I thought, what can I do to not be what these words are, you know? And these words are important to me because I'm sending a message where these labels don't define me or even you. Whatever labels were thrown your way, these words don't define you. Like I said, these words don't mean anything to you because with a click, these words don't mean anything because I know who I am. Alright, I look crazy, but this is gonna wrap up the video today, and I just wanted to leave on a good note with you guys. You know, the labels that I was wearing a few, seconds ago, those labels don't mean anything to me anymore. Those labels, they were hard, they were hard to take in, like as a human being, we all go through a lot. We honestly do. And some people choose not to deal with the problem, they choose to just move on from it. But some of us, we do take it to an extreme. If I was to ask you guys to take one thing from this video, is to wear your labels with pride. Or even not even think about wearing those labels with pride. Grow from it. If someone calls you a label, just know that they're not happy with themselves and that they're going through a lot. And to be kind and respectful and just understand that they're not as perfect as, they're claiming to be, or that they have a lot of insecurities that they're going through just like you are. One thing that I want to say is that I wish you guys the best. You on this video, with all my energy, that you have a good life and that everything that you do in the future is better, And I thank you guys a lot for, watching my videos and staying tuned. And I thank the little bitty amount of subscribers that I have, because without you guys, I wouldn't be able to be creative as, I want to be, And honestly, I'm doing these videos so my 50-year-old self can see what I was doing at this age. So, this is not about, the likes or the amount of subscribers or the view count or anything like that. This is just my little journal and my little diary to myself of what I was like when I was 19 or even when I was young, But honestly, I just want to say that in this world, you choose what you want to be affected by. In this world, I hope everyone truly understands that we need to change as a society. We need to understand that a lot of the things that we do in this world affect a lot of things. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and thank you guys so much for listening to my issues and for understanding that I am a real person and that I'm not just an Instagram or a Snapchat, If you've watched this, please share it if you can, or, even comment below and let me know what you think about this video. Or just, subscribe if you want to, It's not that hard to support people, You guys have a beautiful day, okay? Take care of yourself, drink some water, read a book, go outside, take a walk, do something, talk to the universe about your problems, something. Encourage people and spread love and positivity, because it affects people. I'm ready for change, and I hope you guys are ready for change too. Bye, guys.
Until I realized that I had a purpose. See, everyone is special, but nobody is perfect. We all got imperfections. I know you've been stressing, but keep doing your best. It's all gonna be worth it. You see, I put my life into this music. I ain't got nothing to hide from. My father might have made me, but I'm God's son. Never met a person with no flaws. Please tell me when you find one. I'm counting on my blessings till the job's done. Cause my heart's been broken way too many times to count.